Hi guys, rise and shine. This is what we're on today. Every day is a different project, guys. So for this one, they added a bathroom here. It was an open basement. I guess they added a bathroom. I don't know if they added. Well, supposedly this was a flat wall. They cut the wall open. She had this sliding door, so this outlet, it had to be removed. And this switch had to be removed. The switch just turns on these lights over here. And then that outlet obviously just constant power. Then they added a bathroom here. So at the end of the day, it's a pretty simple job. 2 switches here. One switch is gonna turn on 3 lights here. One on top of the bathroom. And then 2 other lights here in the ceiling. The other switch is gonna turn on an exhaust fan that we're gonna put here. And it's only gonna be a fan only. There's gonna be no light in there. And then one vanity, your vanity thing here, the outlet, GFCI outlet for when you brush your teeth or whatever. And then one switch for 2 wall sconces that are gonna be on either side of this stud. It's just a pretty straightforward job. I think the hardest thing here is gonna be this home run, which is not even that hard at all. This home run right here, we need one home run. This one's obviously all taken up. And then for this one, we just got 1 space here. 1 space. And then that's it. Pretty straightforward, simple bathroom, nothing fancy. The only thing here that kind of complicates it is these pipes right here. So that used to be the outlet that was here somewhere. It's gonna get moved over there. Where is that outlet? Oh, right here. So this used to be that guy right there. And then I don't know where. Oh, the switch. This switch right here was probably getting fed from this outlet. And then this is the switch leg. I don't know why they use yellow. Or it's white. No, it's yellow. But this is where we're at. First things first, we're gonna start laying up all these boxes, and then yeah. First thing we're gonna do is obviously run that home run, because that's the furthest distance here. Once we get the home run to either here or here, it's pretty much game over. All right, so at the end of the day, we got this switch. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out one step at a time. Technically, let me see where these pipes go. It's easier to know if you know where they go. Oh man, I don't have a light here. Like for this one, technically we're gonna work on the switch first. Hey, wait, no rompas la pared, güey. We're gonna work on the switch right here. At first I thought it was gonna be a hot and a neutral, but it actually turns out that it's the hot and the switch leg, and they connect here. So obviously this is just power to feed the switch and then the return. So we'll start working here, right here, to right there. And technically, if I was to touch these 2 together, these lights will come on. So it's gonna probably go in through here, over, and then down back to here. So that'll take care of the switch leg. The only difficult, it's not even difficult, we just gotta get a sharp 90 through these studs here. And actually I just bought a chalk line. So it's should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But we're gonna work on this first right here. And then after that, I'll see what this is, but at the end of the day, this is gonna go here, and there's a chance that both of these pipes are gonna be connected the exact same way. Nothing fancy. And then usually if you're buying material, don't buy these couplings. These are like the worst couplings you can buy. These are no good, man. Surprised this is even tight. Alright, so technically here's the first pipe. It's gonna go inside, everything's gonna be inside wall cavity. And then it's gonna shoot over here. You see how I already put the level over here? I put a level over here, drew it across. I put a level on that line and made a quick line on all of these beams. And then all I did was measure from back here in 2 inches, from here 2 inches. That way, that guarantees that the pipe goes in straight, because you don't want to be turning or kicking after every pipe. And then obviously the tools that I'm gonna need is, I use this guy right here. This is probably 99% of the time, this is how I drill holes. It's self-driving too, like a screw. And then obviously, on these small gaps, I'm not gonna be able to fit this guy in there, right? So I'll drill from over here, and then just keep adding extensions until I drill that hole right there. Oh, there goes the first one. Échamela, but these are all extensions. Technically, something like this, you're talking about a few minutes, man. It's not even. It's like tying your shoes, man. Something like this, you should already have locked right away. Boom. The other option would have been to go outside of this stud and then go over this, and then up and over. But technically, God forbid, later they want to drywall here, then that pipe's gonna be an issue again. So I might as well just do it right the first time. Alright, so usually when I drill the next stud, I try to make sure that this is in the center, like this, look. And that this goes to the line that it needs to go, because if you start drilling and this is like this or like this, it's gonna not go straight. You see? And then eventually I'll get to that one, and then that one, and then once we clear it, we're good to go. So you see how it went through? It went through too much, so I'll stop it, obviously. Uh-oh. Readjust. Look at that. Readjust. You see? Readjust. Make sure it's on where it's got to go. Make sure this is all in the center. Center. Oh, you can't even see. And you see how I ran out of space here? So I'll go back. And then I'll add another extension right here. You see, I'll grab another guy, put it here. You see that? And then put this guy here. Make sure we're all straight and keep going. Same thing. Oh, I went too much. I'll go back. Oh man, this one I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Get in there. And then, yeah, I gotta do one more. That one I'm gonna have to do blind because I'm like, I can't see. Same thing. Look, we'll take it out. Same thing. That's why I usually want to carry a bunch of these for the same reason. I put it over there. Put this guy over there. And then just finish it off. We're good to go. And then when it's time to feed the pipe, you get the longest width right here, and then you feed it from here down. Worst case, have the couplings and here if you have to adjust. But we'll see. Yeah, this is it. This is simple how I get through the stud. Alright, so this is the pipe coming up already. If anything, I try to put it the same thing 2 inches so that way I could just do a 90 without no kicks. And then this is the pipe from this run over here. First thing is I'm gonna put this the way it needs to be, and then I'm gonna have to mark right here in the middle, because the first coupling is gonna have to go here because it's not long enough to be here. So we're gonna work on that real quick. The guy's bending the 90 real quick. Asegúrate que esté en la puerta. This is how you make sure that they're perfectly 90. And then yeah, we'll put this in and we'll continue. And then same thing. This will be pretty fast. And then I'll show you guys any other tricks that we got. Alright, so technically you see how it's in, and then obviously we don't have space for a coupling here. Yeah, aquí está un coupling, no? So we'll cut it just long enough for a coupling to connect. And then from here we can extend it also. Just enough for this guy to go inside. You see that? Halfway. And then, yeah, that's it. This will go in there. And then it's enough space to go in here and slide it in. Yeah, so you see how I was able to put this coupling in. And technically he's cutting 114, so I'll be able to slide it here and go in there. And I don't know where to go, but then at the end of the day we're gonna go one more 90 up and then over into that, and then that's it. I'll try not to spend so much time on one pipe, guys, because we got the whole bathroom to do still. Alright, so we got this black wire. I was gonna disconnect it from here, but it's too twisted in there, so I just cut it a little bit and I'll tie to that later. This yellow one, that one I don't really mind because there's no power there. So one twisted. I think this wire has a splice in between. That's why we're not gonna reuse it. Or technically I could just cut this. No big deal. But yeah, so with that I'll be able to take out this right here and I'll be able to, we were gonna reuse it, but like I said, I think there's a cut here. I don't know if they cut it by accident or what did they do, so we're just gonna run it new. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna connect it to this black one, which is the power for the switch, and then the switch leg. 14 gauge, simple stuff. And then I'm gonna start piping from here into that first hole, which is here. And then I'll do that last 90 inside the wall stud. Okay, so this will go here in the same hole. And then technically that's my hole. And then you see how it's not lining up? We're gonna have to kick it this way. Como 2 pulgadas, güey. Dale un kick, 2 pulgadas para acá. Yeah, so we'll kick it 2 inches. Lo puedes agregar más para la orilla, güey. Más para la orilla.
¿Aquí?
Para acá irá, güey. Tenemos espacio, güey. Más.
¿Ahí?
Más, güey. El chiste es que ahí.
Okay.
Just 2 inches. Ya, that's it. Ya te pasaste, güey. Alright, so that might be too much. We'll see. Échalo para acá, güey. The same thing. We'll put it in there. Oh, te pasaste. He went over. Now we gotta go back. ¿Sabes cómo enderezarlo, no, güey? Sí. Enderezale, güey. Un pinche patón ahí. No, un patón, güey. Ponlo en el piso y mete una patada, güey. Sí, güey, una patada, güey. Pero patada, güey. Ok, a ver, güey. Échalo para acá. Oh, man. You guys can't see because of that light, man. Over here. Yeah, that's it. I'm okay with that. There's no space for the coupling. Okay. Either way, I'll finish this real quick and then same thing, do this 90 in. But that's pretty much it. Alright, let me block the light a little bit. Alright, so this will go in here. That'll take care of that. And then we're gonna do the last 90 in, which is already cut in right here. And then that'll take care of this right here. And that's how you would do something tricky like this. It took us like not even 40 minutes. Alright, one last thing. You see how this hole is like almost to the close to this edge? And this hole is in the center. We're gonna do the same thing where we're gonna kick it this way. Just the bare minimum. We're talking about like the bare minimum. Just enough so you can legally say that you did kick it. So if you see it, oh, mira, güey, no mames, güey. Eso es un chingo, güey. Pero ahorita vemos. Oh, we'll see, maybe no. So that'll line up with that right there. And then this hole should line up with this right here. And then that's it. Alright, so technically that's how something like this is done. Just so you guys check it out. Alright. Check it out. And that's it. I'll wire this real quick, and then in the meantime we're gonna do the same thing for these two right here. The only difference is that that outlet is gonna go here facing outward. Exact same thing, guys. Exact same thing. Alright, so you see right there that pipe right there, all it is a closet light. This pipe right here, this guy right here is just a closet light. So technically I could just keep going straight over here and connect directly there. There's no need to tap off into that outlet over there. So that'll technically save us this guy right here. Instead of coming all the way down here and connecting to here, I'm gonna just connect this to that same box over there. And then this one I'm gonna disconnect, because this one we got no choice. It has to go all the way over there. So I'm gonna start disconnecting this one. I'm gonna start bringing these two pipes down, and we're gonna do the same thing. Only difference is that for here I'm gonna go up. I gotta possibly drill some type of wood in the way, and it's gonna come in here, and it's gonna connect to the side. All right. Alright, so this one I ended up just rerouting, like I said, through this box. The only difference here is I just had to make a hole over there and then connect it over here. And then from here on it was existing. It's not that major. Oh, and then also there were two circuits here. There were 12. You see this 12 right here? These 12 were for the outlet that was over there. And then we got a circuit here of 14. Here's one of them. I gotta dig around. Oh, here's the other one right here. These were for that closet lighting. So usually you don't ever want to really mix them because you don't know if they're in networks or what's going on, or our fault or GFCI or anything. So usually however you disconnect, you want to connect back. And then same thing. Usually when I take these out, I take these screws. I just loosen these screws. So look, when it's time to go back in, boom, that's it. That way you're not disassembling this and all this weird stuff. But yeah, we're pretty much there. The last thing is this last pipe here, but he said he's almost done. Oh, he's still here. But that's the guy right there, and then it'll connect here. And then that technically takes care of the reroute. And then we'll start working on the actual bathroom itself. First thing we're gonna have to do is that home run. We haven't really plotted it out yet. But we'll see. I'm thinking maybe up here. That's drywall right there. If I break that drywall, I'll have access to the beams that can go like that and then over. But we'll see. But yeah, this is already like 10:45 in the morning. We're moving. All right, so this is technically the second reroute. Same thing. We're just gonna finish this thing and leave it powered on, and then we're gonna start working on the bathroom. The only tricky part, not even tricky, honestly. If you know, you know. But from right here, it's gonna connect to right here, and this is solid. Everything here is solid wood. Everything here is solid. I might or might not do a quick video with the GoPro on that one. We'll see. If I have juice, I'll do a video. If not, I'll give you guys highlights. But at the end of the day, pipe's gotta go in there. It's gotta go through the solid thing, and it's gotta come boom in there. That's the only tricky thing in here. And then from here, like I said, there's only going to be two switch legs. One for the exhaust fan inside this cavity. And then the 3 lights that are going to probably be all in a row. So it'll probably be something simple. Boom, boom, boom. 3 lights. And then I think we're done. Oh, and then the 2 vanities. The guy's going to come here. Like I said, remember what I said. Usually, it's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of drawings. A lot of stuff. So he's gonna come here with the drawing, and then I'll get the exact location. If anything, I'll put a picture of what it's supposed to look like, so you guys can see what I'd be looking at. And then yeah, that's it. And then I hope we finish early, man. Finish early would be nice. All right, so it's 1 o'clock. Here's the update, 1 o'clock update. Cause usually I gotta work, so I can't be filming everything. So this is the 2 switches for when you walk into the bathroom. This pipe right here goes to this exhaust fan. This is just a fan, so just a white and an orange would be okay. This second pipe in the middle is going to be for the 3 lights. One in the center here, one roughly here, and one roughly here. So that one's already getting started. And then this last pipe is going to be the one that connects me to that box right there. Home run is already in. Let me show you guys the home run. Technically, home run is the first pipe, or the pipe from the panel. This guy right here. It goes in, it goes up, and it goes down and then into that box. So home run is almost in. We're almost done, actually. It might even be an early day today. All the rerouting is done, obviously. I already closed the box up, put everything down, make sure all this works. Yeah, the closet light works, that outlet works. I left the outlet back in here. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah, basic bathroom, nothing fancy. And then yeah, this is 1 o'clock, so this will be the update. Once all this is pipe, I'm gonna wire real fast. And then for these vanity lights, I'm gonna start them off with a pipe and finish them with a whip. In case they want to move them later. That's what he told me. In case they want to move them later, whip them out. And then yeah, that's it. This is a 1 o'clock update. Alright guys, quick update, 2:30, because I'm starting to forget to make these updates real quick. So this is the 2 switches. All the pipes are done. One of these goes to the exhaust fan right here. The other one, the middle one, goes to these 3 lights. Let me show you guys real quick. 1 light, 2 lights, and then it goes over. I had to put that wood right there, and 3 lights. I still gotta wire them. If anything, we're in the wiring process. We're about to wire the home run. These I left in a whip because the guy told me to leave them in a whip because he doesn't know this is the exact location. So we'll leave them in a whip. Technically, we got 3 feet, just so you know. Over here, I ran it with a pipe, and then we'll finish it off with a whip. So in case they gotta move, shift, or anything, there's slack. There's slack. This one, we're gonna go from pipe to whip connector. And then anytime you use a whip, you gotta run this green wire, just so you know that. Yeah, and then this is gonna be a GFCI and a switch for the 2 lights. And then that's it. We're wrapping up over here. If anything, we kind of finished early, which is music to my ears. Music to my ears. But yeah, we're slowly getting there, guys. This is a 2:30 update. Alright, so this is the one from the panel. I used to be a big fan of solid wire, but when it comes to wiring, this flexible costs a little more, but it's a way easier. So with this power here, we have power on this whole wall right here, and then from here it shoots over and it comes back down over there. So we got power for the switches. Yeah, and then neutral for the lights, obviously. And then yeah, we're almost there. I'll show you guys the final finish when we're done, and we'll call it in a day, guys.